This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, live in the RHR studio. Okay, November 4, Yankee Zulu Sugar. Yeah, give me your name again. Your name?
Oh yeah, very good, Ray. W2RE N4YZS. The name here is Sean. Located in a small town called Forkland, Alabama. QSL.
Yeah, Roger, Sean in Alabama. Fantastic. Well, great to see you. We just went live, so appreciate the call from Alabama. November 4, Yankee Zulu Sugar, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Very good, Ray. Well, you guys have a terrific day. I'm sure people will begin to call and make contact. So good to hear y'all. You guys have a great day from November 4, Yankee Zulu Sierra.
Okay, very good. I'm on the Flex Radio now. Thanks for calling in. November 4, Yankee Zulu Sugar. Thanks. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Maine, QRZ.
Kilo Delta 6, Mexico Echo. 7 Bravo.
Okay, Kilo Delta 6, Mexico Echo. Good to hear you. You're 5 and 7, 57 in the state of Maine. Over.
Okay, real good. Well, just heard you. Thought I'd say you're about an S8 here. So no problem here. My name here is George, and I'm in Bakersfield. KG7BSX. Do you copy?
Okay, Kilo Delta 6, Mike Echo. Somebody stepped on you. What is your name and your state? Go ahead.
Okay. This is name is George, and I'm in 7 Bravo. X-ray Sierra. Name is
Okay, very good, George. Very good, George. I don't know. Somebody else is coming back to me. Unless he has an identical same call sign as yours, I'm not sure. So Kilo Delta 6, Mike Echo, George. I think you said you're in California. You're 5 and 7. 5 and 7. QSL.
QSL, you're about 5 and 8. I'm just running a little dipole. So anyway, take care. Have fun.
Okay, very good. What city are you in California? Go ahead.
I'm in Bakersfield. It's about 110 miles north of Los Angeles.
Okay, Roger on Bakersfield, George. Thanks for calling in. 7-3. Good to work you on the west coast of the United States. Kilo Delta 6, Mike Echo. Thanks from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Whiskey 2 Radio Charlie. This is Kilo India 4, Yankee. Copy?
Okay, Kilo Italy 4, Yankee. You're 5 and 9 in the state of Maine. Over.
Do I have your call right? Whiskey 2 Radio Charlie. Is that a Roger?
Nope. That's incorrect. It's Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo. The last letter Echo. E.
That makes a whole lot more sense. Anyway, greetings to you, sir, from the state of Virginia. And you're 5'9" plus today. My name is Blair, and the QTH is just outside of Richmond, Virginia on farm. And we're running about 400 watts to a G5 RV, which usually does pretty good up into your neck of the woods. So what you're running there, and is your name Ray? Back to you, W2RE KI4YY.
Yes, very good. The name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm actually running 4 tri-banders. They're at 160 over 125 over 90 over 55 on a rotating tower. And I'm beaming west. I'm operating a flex radio, a 6500 flex, running about 1 kilowatt. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh! You have to be out in the country with something like that, because if it fell over, it'd take out the whole city block.
Oh yeah, we're on 22 acres, right on the Atlantic coast. We're on a peninsula sitting out into the Atlantic Ocean. Go ahead.
That's awesome. Well, Ray, how do you like your 6500?
Yeah, very nice radio. It's new to us. We've been operating the Flex for the last few months. It's a little bit to get used to. I'm operating a remote. I'm physically in New York, so it's a real good radio to remote. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL. I'm on the Russian SDR they call it Expert Electronics. They call it the Sun SDR2. It's similar to the 6500 in that my computer is connected to it with the Ethernet, and it's the software is kind of similar. But I'm crazy about this thing, and it's a QRP radio, but my amp will take it up to a kilowatt if need be. Anyway, got got any snow up that way, Ray? We haven't even seen any snow here in Virginia. It's crazy. W2RE KI4YY.
Yeah, okay, I'm Virginia. Very good. Yeah, I'm not even beaming your direction. I'm beaming due west. Up in the state of Maine, we got a lot of ice. A lot of ice in Maine. Where I'm physically sitting in New York, we got a little snow on the ground, not much. But I have a vacation home up in the Catskill Mountains, and it's been snowing up there all winter. So it's been a tale of 3 different winters for me. One being here where I physically live full time. It's been barely nothing. And then I travel to Maine quite a bit. I was just up there the other day. There's quite a bit of ice up there. And upstate New York, up in the mountains, it's been snowing all winter. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. We just can't get a snow here. And at this point, I don't even want one. You know, it's at that time of the year, the daffodils have been up for a month around here. So it's been a very warm year, and I don't know if it's reflected adequately in my heating bill for some reason, but it's been pretty warm. Anyway, sir, nice to meet up with you. Appreciate the call, and let me pass my 73s on to you and your family, and enjoy that tower. I can't imagine. I'd just like to see something like that. W2RE KI4YY.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you can see a picture of this tower if you go to my webpage, W2RE.com, and click on a link that says Jonesport, and you'll see the picture. Anyway, I'm beaming west now. I'm usually beaming towards Europe, just testing out propagation here. Europe is closing down, so we got the antennas beaming to the west coast of the United States. Good to hear you. Kilo India 4, Yankee, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Yeah, I just found your website there. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Well, that thing, if that thing falls over, it'll reach my house. Over.
Not quite, but when I'm on top of the tower, I can see Ireland.
I can't believe you climbed that thing.
Yep. I was up there 2 days ago. We had an 80-meter wire beam off of it, and a wire beam strung between 2 towers, and we had an ice storm. Been ice storm after ice storm in Maine all winter. And it broke the 80-meter wire beam. It got tangled up in one of the tri-banders on the tower and busted up a few elements. So, you know, the performance of this antenna is not what it normally is. It's probably down 5 dB. One of the antennas in the stack is kind of busted up a little bit from the wire beam. Well, anyway, I'm going to see what else is on the band here. Great to hear you from Virginia. Kilo Italy 4, Yankee, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Good to hear you.
Okay, well, thank you a lot. 73's from Virginia. Keep up the good work, KI4YY.
Okay, yeah, thanks for calling in. 73, take care. This is Whiskey 2, a Radio Echo in the state of Maine. QRZ?
Whiskey Alpha 7, Alpha Juliet.
Whiskey Alpha 7, America, Japan. Nice signal, 59, over.
Oh, you're good 59 in the state of Oregon. The handle here is AJ, and we know the state of your state quite well. We get there quite often. Again, the handle was AJ. I'd like to do last letters of my call, and we're right in the center state of Oregon, and you're a good 59++. Go ahead.
Okay, AJ, very good. Good to hear you. I'm in the state of Maine, as you know. I'm in Jonesport, Maine, one of the most eastern cities in the United States. And just testing out propagation from the tri-bander stack. I'm running 4 tri-banders at 160 over 125 over 90 over 55 on a rotating tower beaming west. And you're peaking about 10 dB over S9, AJ. Go ahead.
Okay, real fine. Hey, I got a question to ask you. A very, very important question. My first name is Addison. Addison. Do you know where Addison, Maine is? Go ahead.
Of course I know where Addison, Maine is. It's the next town over from Jonesport, where the station is. Go ahead.
I don't think they named it after me, but we have stopped there. We took all kinds of pictures. Not much in the town, but I got a great big picture here in the ham shack that shows the post office. And the post office looks like it's the only new building in town. And We took a picture in front of the post office of this handsome A.J. Perry standing in front of it, and I sent it out to all my good friends. How about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I went past the post office on Tuesday. Keep in mind, AJ, I'm physically sitting in New York. I'm operating this station remote. We built this station back in October. We have 5 towers at this location up to 200 feet, right on the Jonesport-Addison border. I put it this way. When I'm on top of the tower, I can spit over the town line to Addison. Go ahead.
Okay, real fine. Good weather. Probably this spring we'll be back up into Maine. We try to get there once at least every year. We missed last year, and a big conversation here, and the UTH is our trip. We probably, every time we get to Maine, we try to get there right after the schools start, and less traffic. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, I'm up in Maine quite a bit. I got 4 stations along the coast that I maintain, and I'm actually building a station for a guy in Addison, Maine, in May. I got a guy that I think he lives in Michigan, and he has property in Addison, so I'm building a station for him to remote. Go ahead.
Okay, as I remember reading about Addison, Maine, that he made boats there at one time. I was construction boats for boats. Am I correct?
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, it's good to work you today, and it's when you come to Addison, Maine, look me up. Maybe I'll be up there. QSL.
QSL. Well, you made my day. I found somebody who knows where Addison, Maine is. Now I feel very important. Go ahead.
Well, put it this way: when you're driving down 187 from where the blueberry building is, there on US 1, you probably know where that is. I forget what they call it. The little blueberry building, the blue building there. When you come off of US 1 at that building, and you come down 187, you're going to come right past these towers. Go ahead.
Okay, I made a note here, and we'll do that. And if we don't get you by, at least by ham radio, we'll send you a note and let you know that we're on our way, and maybe we can have a big contact there in Madison, in Addison, Maine. W87AJ Clearance, thanks for coming back to us. You made my day. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, very good, AJ. For a matter of fact, if I'm not there, just park the car at the end of the driveway, and you're welcome to walk around and take a tour. Right now, we have 5 towers up to 200 feet. You'll see 2 more towers. Maybe, I don't think they'll probably be up there in June or July. We got two more 200-foot towers going up, rotating. Okay, thanks so much for the call. 73, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm not driving the ambulance.
Charlie 4, Oscar Norway.
Okay, the Oscar Norway again?
Yes, good afternoon, or good, it's afternoon, Ray. This is Norway, Charlie 4, Oscar Norway in North Carolina. You're booming in here. Great signal, and congrats with the station there, Roger.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. Norway, Charlie 4, Ocean Nancy. Very good. Good to hear you. Here in the state of Maine today. I'm operating remote physically in New York, and the transmitter's in Maine. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Ray, we had a contact back in 2016. But your Flex, I believe it is, sounds terrific. I'm running a new radio here myself. It's an Apache Lab 7000 Black Edition, and it's also SDR radio. And we're doing about 500 watts at the moment, but excellent copy, of course, with such an antenna system like yours. No problem. You have a great weekend, and enjoy the pileup there, W2RE, NC4ON, Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, give me your name again, your name?
Yeah, the handle is Stefan, that is Sierra Tango, Echo Foxtrot, Alpha November, Roger?
Okay, very good, Stefan, very good. Yep, I'm on the Flex 6500. I'm operating remote, sitting here in New York on my PC. Just using the computer, using my own software, not the Flex software. Using my own proprietary software. November, Charlie 4, Oscar November. Thanks. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo 73.
Roger that. Have a great weekend, Ray. NC4ON. Take care.
Okay, 73. Thanks for calling in. This is Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Whiskey
Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Whiskey Alpha 4, Whiskey Delta Victor. Whiskey Alpha 4, Whiskey Delta Victor. Do you copy?
Okay, Whiskey Alpha 4, Whiskey Delta Victor. Good to hear you. Into the state of Maine here. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm running 4 tri-banders at 160 over 125 over 90 over 55. Beam in your direction. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm only operating a 1-element vertical. But I got the shiny side pointing toward you. You're booming in here, 5-9 plus, Sanibel Island, Florida. Sanibel Island, Southwest Florida. Name is Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. And I'm running about 400 watts there.
Okay, Alex, thanks for calling in. Appreciate the call, really do. Whiskey Alpha 4, Whiskey Delta Victor, thanks. From Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Kilowatt Yankee 4, Tango, Tango.
Kilo Yankee 4, Tango, Tango, booming, 59 plus.
Oh, thank you. You sound so great. You're 20 over here in the state of Alabama. The name here is Tim, Tango, India Mike.
Okay, very good, Tim. Good to hear you. I'm operating from a rotating tower in Maine, running 4 tri-banders, beaming your direction. Go ahead.
Roger on that. I'm running a dipole about 35 feet in the air with a Yazoo FTDX 3000. I've just been on the air for about 6 or 8 months now, so I'm looking to put up a tower someday. I heard you say you were running about 1,000 watts. What type of amp do you run?
I'm running an expert solid-state amplifier. I'm not driving it very hard. I can run about 1,400 watts on the amp, peaking about 1,200 watts on the peak here. And I'm remoting the amp using our own software to control it. QSL?
Roger that. I'm trying to make up my mind what type of amp to go with, the solid state or the tube. That amp is sure doing you a great job in Alabama. You're 20 plus over down here, over.
Yeah, good signal from Alabama. So fantastic. What is your antenna? How much power are you running?
Well, I have a mostly rotating dipole that I have stuck up about 35 feet for now. I'm just trying to get on the air. I run a 100 watts through this Yazoo FTDX 3000.
Yeah, doing a great job for you. Sounding fantastic. Good audio. Well, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Tango. I forgot what state you said you're in. You're sounding great here in the state of Maine. QSL?
Roger that. We're in Madison, Alabama. 73 is your way. Thanks for the return call.
Okay, good to hear you from Alabama. Thanks for calling in. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. QRZ?
Whiskey 4 Delta Papa Sierra.
Whiskey 4 Delta Papa Sugar. Nice signal. 59 in the state of Maine. Over.
QSL, you're 20 over here. Sounding great.
Well, that's fantastic. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm in Jonesport, Maine. I'm on a peninsula sitting out in the Atlantic Ocean. Go ahead.
All right. I'm in northeast Tennessee. Name is Dayton, like Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, very good, Dayton. Good to hear you. What did you say your state is?
Tennessee, northeast Tennessee.
Okay.
FT991A, 100 watts.
Okay, great for Tennessee. You're doing fantastic. Sounding great here. Really appreciate it. Whiskey 4 Delta Papa Sugar, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Thanks for the call.
Kilo Delta 9, Michael Charlie Victor from Illinois. 59.
Okay, 73. Thanks for calling from Tennessee. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, Jonesport, Maine, listening.
Kilo Echo 9, Michael Charlie Victor, India.
Okay, to Kilo Echo 9, make your call. Kilo Echo 9, what's your call sign?
Victor?
I must have doubled with you. Kilo Echo 9, one more time. Okay, maybe there wasn't a Kilo Echo 9. QRZ?
Kilo Echo 4, Golf, Oscar, India.
Michael Charlie Victor.
Okay, Whiskey Echo 4, Golf, Oscar, India. I think that's the call. I think I may have that wrong. Whiskey Echo 4, Golf, Oscar, India. You're 5 to 9.
Copy. Kilo Echo 4, Golf, Oscar, India. KE4GOI. Name's Chris, Alabama.
Okay, Chris in Alabama, you're sounding fantastic. You're 59 plus, 59 plus. QSL?
Roger, you're
Thanks,
also
Alexandra.
5920 over here in North
passing that
Alabama.
information over.
73s, go get a bunch today. KE4GOI.
Okay, thanks for calling in. 73. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Whiskey Yankee 0 Quebec.
Whiskey Yankee 0 Quebec, booming 59 plus. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, thank you very much. Hey, you're 5'9 plus, booming into Missouri as well. Their name is Bernie.
Okay, very good, Bernie. Sounding great. I'm running a rotating tower. It's 180 feet tall. I got 4 tri-banders on it at 160 over 125 over 90 over 55. There's 16-element tri-banders, and here on 20 meters, it's 4 over 4 over 4 over 4, and I'm running 1 kilowatt. And the name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. How copy?
Oh, Roger, Roger, Ray. Yeah, no trouble copying you at all.
Yes,
Now,
much more
that's a great
disciplined
antenna system
operators.
you got there. I'm not surprised you're as loud as you are, so you're about 20 over here, okay?
Well, I appreciate you calling in. 73 and take care. Whiskey Yankee 0 Quebec. Thanks for the call. Many calling. 73.
73, sir.
9 Charlie Victor.
Okay, 73. Thanks. Charlie Victor, go ahead.
Kilo Delta 9, Michael Charlie Victor.
Kilo Delta 9, Micah Charlie Victor. Very good. Good to hear you. Hope everything's well with you. You're sounding fantastic. 59 plus. Go ahead.
Copy that. Same signal report here. I appreciate the contact. This is KD9 MCV. I'll be clear.
Okay, thanks for calling in. 73. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo QRZ. The November Sierra or November 6, I think, again?
November 7th, Radio Mexico Kilo Mobile.
Okay, November 7, Radio Mexico Kilo Mobile 59.
Hey Ray, it's Ryan out here in Vegas. Just wanted to say, hey, I heard you play it this way for a change. So, got to try on the Mud Deck Mobile every once in a while. Back to you, Ray. Fantastic work this morning with that, letting the new guys in England get back to you. That was awesome.
Juliet 7.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Ryan. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I actually worked 80. I went back and counted. I worked 80 stations in the United Kingdom that are operating under that licensing restructuring of Mike 6s and Mike 7s that run 10 watts or less. I worked 80 of them this morning, and 50 of the 80 were the first time they got through to the United States. That was pretty cool. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know those guys were beating, just grinning ear to ear. That was awesome that you do that. That's awesome. I definitely take the way you run your station and put that into my hat for how I try to run my station. So definitely cool to see you do that. You're showing that you don't need a kilowatt to talk across the pond there. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Ron. Yeah, but as much fun it was for them to work the U.S. for the first time, I got the same enjoyment working them, being their first contact. So it was really cool to work all those 10-watt stations. Honestly, we need that license restructuring here in the United States. It's sorely needed here. Technicians got to get on HF. They got to get on HF. We got to get them on the air because there's no incentive for them to upgrade. And you give them a little taste with a little HF, especially the digital mode. They should already be on the digital mode. So they're doing it right over there in the United Kingdom. Go ahead.
So I believe that the technician class should have a similar portion like they do in 10 meters, that they should have that similar portion in 20 meters, a band that's going to work all the time. A new technician for the last 5 years hasn't had anything to do because their privileges on HF don't allow them to. A lot will argue that, well, they need to upgrade, blah, 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 but I say no, we need to add a small portion in 20 meters, limit the wattage to 200 watts just like 10 meters, and let them have a blast on a small portion of 20 to really get them hooked in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I give them even more than 20 meters, but got to get them on HF. Our biggest license, the biggest class of licensed amateur radio operators in the United States are technician license, and they can't get on HF. Once they get a taste of it, all they need is a taste, and I blame the ARRL for not doing a good job. They should be pushing that as hard as they could with the FCC. But then again, I'm not running the show there. Good to hear you. November 7, right? Radio Mike Kilo, Mobile. Good to hear you, Ryan. Thanks for the call from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Hey, no problem,
November 4.
Yeah, appreciate you watching the live streaming. Appreciate that. It's really been a lot of fun putting the station on the air and streaming it live. 73, take care. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Maine, QRZ.
WA0 Zulu Delta Echo.
The Zulu Delta Echo, go ahead.
Thank you. WA0 Zulu Delta Echo, Rick in Minnesota. Outstanding signal here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Alpha 0, Zulu Delta Echo, Minnesota. Yeah, you got a beautiful signal, too. You're peaking about the 20 over, 59 plus 20 in the state of Maine. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee.
Okay, thanks, Ray. Just using a vertical antenna, high gain, high tower. Great signal, and I'll let you get some more contacts there. Thank you very much, WA0ZDE.
Okay, thanks for calling in. The pleasure's all mine. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Maine.
Wow, I can't.
November 5, Mike Lima.
November 5, Mike Lima, booming 59 plus. Go ahead.
You're also 59 plus in Mississippi.
Okay, good to hear you from Mississippi. What's your name? Go ahead.
This is Randy.
Hey, Randy, thanks for calling in from Mississippi. Radio 5, Mike Lima, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, 73.
73.
Thank QRZ from the state of Maine, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Alpha 5.
November 4, Oscar, Papa Zulu.
You copy Victor Alpha 4, Alpha Charlie Mobile.
Okay, the Victor Alpha 4 in Canada, the Mobile station. Go ahead.
Yeah, nice signal, sir. Name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, call us VA4 AAC. And I'm mobile up here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, driving around. Roger.
Okay, very good, Mark, up there in Winnipeg. Very good. Victor Alpha 4, Alpha Charlie Mobile. Yeah, you're solid 5 and 9, 59 into Jonesport, Maine, where I'm running 4 tri-banders, beaming west. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. I've listened to you before. I was down in Grand Forks a while back, North Dakota there, and I heard you down there as well, and I managed to catch up here again. So anyway, I got no way of logging, but if you want to put it on QRZ, I can confirm it later. I'm driving, so I got no access to that. So thank you, Ray. Have yourself a good day. VA4 AC Mobile Clear. Have a good one. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling in, 73. I'm going to stand by here for about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Just go QRX for a couple minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, test radio.
Okay, so I just want to mention, because now I'm beaming stateside, and I'm all over here operating U.S. guys. I just want to make mention here that over here, U.S. operators can operate these stations. So, as you see, my logbook is here, and anybody in the U.S. can operate these stations. So all you have to do is go to RemoteHamRadio.com. You come up, there's a free trial. So if you have a U.S. call sign, you get a free trial. Get in here, operate the stations.
W2DX.
And you can see if it's something that you would like to try. And for the the cost of a Starbucks coffee, you could be on HF for an hour a day. I mean, give up that coffee or that pack of cigarettes or that half a pack of cigarettes. And we also have a merchandise store. If you want to buy merchandise, any merchandise you buy here is given back to our awesome, awesome youth program. We have the best youth program in amateur radio. Any young lady or man under the age or child or kid or whatever you want to call them, under 25, I call them youngsters. They can get free access to the system, and many of them are contesters. So I just wanted to mention that. So again, if you're a ham licensed operator in the United States, we have a free trial for you. So
Hi,
please
this is Lee,
give it a shot.
W2DX from.
Get to operate these big stations, or you can operate the small stations we have. We do have stations just with dipoles and 100 watts. So turn the volume up here and see here. Let's continue. Okay, QRZ to 20. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
W7GDU, W7 George, Delta United.
Okay, Whiskey 7, George, Delta United, 5 and 9.
Yeah, you're 5 and 9. Very strong signal into Scottsdale, Arizona. The name is Pete. Peter Echo, Tango Echo. Go ahead.
Okay, very good, Pete. Fantastic. You're sounding great. I'm operating remote. I'm operating from my computer here in New York. And The only thing that I have for hardware here locally is my Hio boom mic. I could actually operate without a microphone. I could talk right into the computer, but I have a boom microphone here. And the transmitters where all the magic happens. I got a Flex 6500 at the transmitter site and a 1K amplifier and operating a rotating tower with 4 tri-banders on it, Pete. How copy? Whiskey 7, Golf Delta United. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. The name is Ray. Romeo Alpha Yankee.
Yeah, it sounds very good, Ray. The audio is very nice, too, by the way. The remote, of course, you have to go through a number of the conversions there with voice over IP and everything, but it sounds very good. And your signal, obviously, is super strong. That's quite an antenna. You're doing all the heavy lifting here. We're running an ICOM 7300 here at 100 watts and a mostly tri-band beam just up on the top of the house here, about 25 feet up. So it's aimed your way approximately, and your remote thing is working very well there. That's kind of nice there. I've looked at that website, the Remote Ham. I guess you can lease time, but this must be your own system there. So that's very handy to be able to, especially if you were traveling, to just use the laptop and then get back to the rig there. So sounding good there, Ray. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Yeah, I'm one of the founders of that operation that you're talking about. And I was just up in May. I can't talk about what the name is, because of the FCC regulations. But I was just up at this transmitter site the other day doing work. And we took a pretty good ice storm. I lost my 80-meter Yagi, so I'm not too happy about that. So, yeah, we're operating remote using our own software. We're operating the remote with the Flex radio, but we're using our own VoIP, voice over IP technology. And that's why the audio sounds pretty good. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Ray. Well, that's interesting that, my goodness, an 80-meter Yagi, that's a lot of aluminum. And I noticed on the 40-meter band over the last 20 years or so, a lot more beams on that band. They were pretty rare a long time ago. We've been a ham a long time here, over 70 years, and there weren't many 40-meter beams, and even fewer on 75 or 80 meters there. So, yeah, very, very interesting. That's probably going to be one of the waves of the future with HOAs and all the other impediments to putting up antennas. We don't happen to live in an area that has that. We could put up a beam and a tower. Well, we do have a beam up, but over the years we've just kept this beam on top of the house, and that does okay. I haven't.
Oops. Change the frequency on him.
Yeah, Roger, yeah.
From Chicago.
And this antenna, actually, the TA-33, was in a big ice storm there. And had about an inch of radial ice on it, but managed to recover a little bit of a bend in one of the, in the reflector, but mostly it's a pretty good antenna. It's over 55 years old, and it's been up on this roof for over 50 years. So everything here is old, Ray. W2 Radio Echo, W7GDU.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, ice storms are bad. They're bad stuff. And that's all it's been doing all winter in Maine is one ice storm after another. I'm just hoping we can get through this winter. You know, with the mild temperatures, it's been ice, not snow here on the east coast of the United States. Where I'm physically sitting in upstate New York, about 1 hour north of New York City, it's been the mildest winter I've seen in a long time. But then I go 2 hours north of here where I have a vacation home, and it's been snowing all winter. It's been one storm after another up there of snow, so it's been a tale of 3 different winters for me. Up in Maine, it's been ice, 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 ice. Upstate in the Catskill Mountains, it's been snow, snow, snow. And where I physically am, it's been rain and warm temperatures. So it's been kind of rough, to be honest with you. People saying it's a mild winter. Yeah, it might be a mild winter for those who don't have to work on antennas. It's been very windy, and it's been very, very icy. So anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for calling in. A few stations were calling. And you're sounding fantastic here on the East Coast of the United States. Whiskey 7, Golf Delta United from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, very good there, Ray. Well, very nice to talk to you there. Good luck with your activities. And, yeah, the weather is, no matter where you're at, it's different all the time. I guess that's why being a weather forecaster is both challenging and interesting. Have a good weekend coming up.
And
thanks very much for the call. W2 Radio Echo, W7GD is 73.
Okay, good to hear you. Fantastic. Beautiful copy. Pleasure's been all mine. Please look for us again. Whiskey 7, Golf Delta United. Thanks. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Listening.
Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar.
Papa Zulu.
Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar. You almost knocked me off the chair. 20 over. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL, you got a nice signal yourself. My name is Peter. Hello. Papa Echo, Tango Echo, Romeo in North Texas. And 5 and 9, nice signal. W2 Radio Echo, W5PS.
Okay, very good, Peter. Down here in Texas, I'm up here in the state of Maine, operating remote, running 4 over 4 over 4 over 4 on a rotating tower, beaming in your direction here in Jonesport, Maine, right on the Atlantic Ocean. QSL?
Oh, QSL, very nice. I wonder if you have any issue with getting a broadband connection up in Maine. I always wondered that with the remote guys up there. Running here a K3S, KPA 1500, and a 4 over 4 stack on 4-element monitor on 32-foot booms at 120 and 60 on a rotating tower. W2RE, W5PS.
Yeah, very good, Peter. Yeah, no problem on the internet. We have 4 stations on the coast of Maine. No problem with the internet. Solid. We have fiber at 2 locations and cable connection at the other 2. And you know, it all depends on where you are in the United States. Down in Florida, it's terrible. You go inland in Florida, you can't get any broadband internet. I know people are suffering down there. And you go to South Korea, or you go to Iceland. Iceland's the best one. Iceland has the best internet in the world. You can go 300 miles northwest of 300 miles northwest of Reykjavik, and they got high-speed internet. So no problem in the state of Maine, at least on the coast. Go ahead.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, there's some issues here out in the country where I am. You just can't. I mean, you can get it in town, but out of town you can't. I mean, I'm on DSL. It's
pretty pitiful.
It's pretty bad. So I always wondered about that with those guys. But that's great. If you can get it, man. That's fantastic. But very good. You sound great. Very punchy audio. I heard you say you had a boom mic, so that's the only hardware. That's fantastic. 73, good DX, and happy hamming. W2RE, W5PS.
Yeah, very good, Peter. Yeah, I've got the station before, or a couple QSOs before, X, how we get so good audio remote. And we're doing our VoIP technology is different than everybody else's. We're doing it differently. We do our voice over IP right over a web page browser. So we don't have any hardware interconnection or anything like that. It's all done with software, with our own technology. So typically get good audio reports. Sometimes things go awry, but for the most part, usually pretty good. Good to hear you. Thanks for calling in. Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar down there in Texas. 7-3 from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
73.
Whiskey Juliet 9 Echo.
Alpha
Whiskey
Charlie.
4.
Okay, Whiskey Japan 9 Echo, 5-9 plus 20 in the state of Maine. Over.
QSL, I'm sitting here watching you on my Facebook page. Name's Mike here, Mike India Kilo Echo, hanging out here in the shack on remote RC Forbes. I'm using RCForbes.com or RemoteHams.com, and I'm on the November 4 Papa India Quebec remote out of Citrus Springs, Florida. I'm sitting here in Rush County, Indiana, and I got the beam pointed about just a little to the northeast there, about a little northeast, but I should be about around your ballpark range there. I forgot the name there, but I'm watching you right now and on Facebook, and quite interesting. A good friend of mine that lives in Philadelphia, Steve, KC3AZT, he knows one of the guys on the crew there, and he showed me a website to look at. And I seen your guys' property and your towers there in Maine, and that is very, very, very impressive, sir. Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Very good. You're sounding good on the remote, and you got a nice signal, very strong. And yeah, we've put a lot of work into it. There's no doubt about it, and keeps us busy. Yeah, for me, my, some people play with ham radio, and then they go and they do other things. For me, it's 24/7, 365 ham radio. I can't get away if I wanted, just because it's just the nature of the beast. We created a monster, and if it's not, things breaking or falling apart, or a site coming off the network, or an email coming in, I'm in the tower business, so unfortunately, Mike, it's really awesome that it's ham radio all the time, but. It's even when I go on vacation, it's ham radio 24/7, 365, Mike. So that's what we do. Giving up a lot of our free time to this. So back at you, Mike. Whiskey Japan 9 Echo, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Okay, QSL, yeah, you're 5758 into Florida, but I'm probably hitting you from the side there. I think you're pointing out toward probably the west or the Pacific there. So, good hearing you on here. Like I said, I forgot the name again. I apologize.
Alessandro.
I guess I could look it up on QRZ, but just wanted to try to hit you with the remote here. We don't have the HF rig right now. We're in the process of getting another one back on the air. It's been a couple years since I've had an HF radio. I still got my wires and dipoles and verticals up in the air here on my postage stamp property I have. But one of these days, maybe I'll hit that Powerball and buy a couple 100 acres, and I can have you guys come to Eastern Indiana and slap me up a couple of 150 foot of some Roan 55 or something there, G or something there. But one last thing, we had a testing session a couple weekends ago on Saturday, and we had 4 guys showed up. All of them passed their element 1, so got some new technicians going to be licensed here soon. And out of the group, from about 15, 20 minutes north of me, a boy came down with his mother and took the test and passed. And come to find out, he was only 15 and a half years old, not even old enough to drive yet. And he got his technician class, so that's really, really awesome. That made my day right there. So I don't want to hog it up there. I'll say 73 and God bless, and you're booming into Citrus Springs, Florida this morning. So 73 and God bless from Indiana, and take care, my friend. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, Whiskey Juliet 9 Echo, stroke Whiskey 4.
Okay, great to hear you. Whiskey Japan 9 Echo from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. That's fantastic. Well, I'm all about getting people into the hobby. That's why I do the live streaming. And it's been really great hear from the shortwave listeners around the world. They're not necessarily watching here in the United States. They're watching around the world, and a lot of them have already either already got their license or working at it. And I'm all about youth and the hobby. We got a 13-year-old, Alpha 4 Lima Sugar. Look him up on QRZ. 13 years old, doing 50 words a minute. He's beating these old-timers in contesting. There's a thing every Wednesday called CWT, and he's keeping up with the big boys. He came in second place out of, I don't know, a couple hundred people the other day. 13 years old, doing 2 radio operation, and he's doing it remote. 13 years old. So when you mentioned the 15-year-old, I want to mention I know a 13-year-old doing 50 words a minute and competing with the big boys. Anyway, good to hear you. Whiskey Japan 9 Echo, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo 73. Bye-bye.
73. Ciao, ciao.
Okay, thanks. I'll work one more station, then I'm getting some lunch here. Oh, this is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Alpha 5, Golf Charlie.
Okay, glad you got through because I heard you a couple times calling. Alpha 5, Golf Charlie, 59 plus. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you very much. You're 30 over here in North Carolina. We're near Asheville, and the handle is Tom, Texas, Ontario, Mexico. Over.
Yeah, okay, Tom, you're sounding great here into Jonesport, Maine, where I'm running a stack of tri-banders, 4 of them, 4 over 4 over 4 over 4 on a rotating tower, and pretty much beaming in your direction. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're so loud. I thought you were Voice of America there for a while. Anyway, we're running 50 watts to a wire. Anyway, 73.
Okay, Tom, 50 watts to a wire. Fantastic. I worked 80 stations today, 80 stations in the United Kingdom that were running 10 watts or less under their new licensing reconstruction. I think they've had it in place for a couple of years, but I worked 80 guys with 10 watts in the United Kingdom today, 50 of them for the first time working in the United States. So it was good to get them in the log today. Good to hear you, Tom. Alpha 5, Golf Charlie there in North Carolina. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo 73.
73.
Okay, appreciate all the QSOs. I'm going to go get some lunch, and thanks again. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Maine, now QRT. Okay. Yeah, David, what's your question? What brand and model tower and antenna do you use? I'm using Roan 55 rotating tower. The antennas are GXP antennas. They're out of Poland. You can look them up at gxp-usa.com. Again, that's gxp-usa.com. Round boom antennas, very well manufactured. So let me just touch on one thing before I jump out of here about how U.S. amateurs with FCC license can operate these stations. So basically, all you have to do is go to RemoteHamRadio.com, click the free trial. It'll show you how to.
This is Lee, WW2.
We have a tutorial video here on how to go through the process. We now accept technician license. Look at this. This is new. Technician's license now accepted. You know, I think it's a good start to get technicians. Unfortunately, they only have 10 meters SSB. Everything else is CW. No digital mode, which is a shame. But anyway, technicians now are welcome to our system because we think that the license restructuring is coming from the FCC. I think that's coming. So we want to get the technician license operators in the door. So if you're an FCC licensed operator, technician license class, you're now accepted. And of course, all other class operators are welcome as well. So you come to our homepage, RemoteHamRadio.com. You can try our free trial. You don't have to be a U.S. licensed operator. We have a shortwave listening program. So if you're a shortwave listener or a foreign operator, you can come in on the free trial as well, give it a test, give it a spin, and see how it's all done. We have a merchandise store. The merchandise store ships worldwide. So if you want an awesome RHR coffee cup for $11 plus shipping, you can have an RHR coffee cup. And all the proceeds from the merchandise store is given back to our youth program. We have the best youth program in amateur radio, hands down. Come in, these youths under the age of 25 get to operate these big stations free of charge. Alpha 4 Lima Sugar. You heard that call sign here first. Keep an eye out for that young man, 13 years old, pushing the big guys. This guy right here, NN1C, Marty, another big gun. And we have many others that operate this system. This is just a small sample of youngsters on our system. This young man here, Tucker, Whiskey 4 Fox Sugar, another great operator. So keep that in mind. We have the greatest youth program in amateur radio and everything from our merchandise. You buy merchandise, you know it's given back to a good program. Well, I appreciate everybody watching the video today. And as always, we'll be back later. Time for lunch. 7-3 from the RHR